Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of your OGR, as today we're going to be talking about game 23 and game 24 as the Edmonton Oilers went up against both the Blackhawks and the Wild, winning against the Blackhawks but then losing against the Wild in both games. Just not amazing. We're not getting the goaltending we needing especially out of Jack Campbell, and just not playing very well defensively, to say the least, as well. Just a game where, I think the Oilers should definitely be playing a lot better than what they are. The games have just been very disappointing to watch and very tough as an Oilers fan, because I gotta say, I've been having a meltdown, I think, almost every single game I've been watching with this damn team, because honestly, it's just very, very frustrating to watch this team play right now. But before we get into this video, I'd like to just say, if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. It'll be very much appreciated there, guys. So let's get into this bad boy here, as we're going to get into the very first game, as we got the Edmonton Oilers versus the Blackhawks, which we're going to be talking about first, as the Edmonton Oilers won 5-4 over this team. As this game was kind of a rough one. The first period wasn't an amazing start, and we honestly should have kicked the Blackhawks' ass, but we really didn't do that. We didn't play that amazing, and we had an alright game. We did get the dub, but we should have played a lot better than what we were. I feel like at some moments of time, this Edmonton Oilers team just plays absolutely sloppy, and we're relying still a lot, and this was on both games, on relying a lot on the top line between McDavid and Draisaitl, that top line combination, which continues to carry us offensively, especially. And we've seen it out of both nights where, the two best lines, out of each game was the Hyman, Draisaitl, McDavid line, and every other line sucked. Just pure and simple, I do not know why we continue to stack up the top line the way that we are when we absolutely shouldn't be doing this, especially with how, our depth is right now. I'd understand if, we had Kane and we had Yamamoto healthy and we had some other people healthy right now and producing, but we don't have that. We're missing a lot of players right now in the lineup, and we're doing a Janmark Nuge Puljujärvi line, which hasn't been doing very well offensively and hasn't been producing them very much, and we're relying all on the Hyman, Draisaitl, McDavid line to carry us offensively, which is just a bad recipe for winning. It's not a very good recipe. Yeah, they're going to go out there, score a lot of goals, but in the end, we're not going to win every single game that we're going to be throwing this pair alongside of each other, and I think we're going to lose majority of the games that we throw this pair alongside of each other. So let's get into it. First period, we didn't see anything until the second period, where Leon Draisaitl got the very first goal of the game by a nice set of pass by Darnell Nurse, who sets it right into the back of the net for the Edmonton Oilers, and it was an absolute gorgeous goal, to say the least, for the Edmonton Oilers as well. And then right after that, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins got his 10th goal of the season for the Edmonton Oilers, and I thought that was a really nice goal. It was a beautiful setup pass by Jesse Puljujärvi, who was right behind the net, and set him up for an absolute beautiful goal to bury right in the back of the net for the Edmonton Oilers to throw us up 2-0. And then Boris Kachuk, which a very weak, clear attempt by Zach Hyman, who thought McDavid was going to be able to pick it up. Bad read by Hyman. Really lazy play. We started turning off the engines. It was weird. We were starting to play really good throughout the second. We were getting some goals, and then we seemed to turn off the engine after the second goal. Okay, we just kind of coast the way in, and the Blackhawks started turning their engines up. Got a big goal to, make it within one. But then the Oilers, they extend their lead with Connor McDavid getting his 18th goal of the season, which was another nice goal as well. This was just a great shot by Connor McDavid, dashing down the wing, made a nice move past Jack Johnson, and just ripped it right past Soderblom. And then Mathias Janmark got his first goal as an Edmonton Oiler, bearing his first, and making the Oilers go up 4-1. Beautiful setup pass by Nuge, great 1T, went to the back, and then after the Edmonton Oilers to put us up 4-1. But then we started playing really weak defensively, where Max Domi got his 6th goal of the season. This was just a great shot by Max Domi. He just dashed straight on in. It was a really weird defensive play by Devin Shore. I don't know what he was doing. Instead of going straight towards Max Domi, who was at the point, he decided to try to cut off the lane, which was very dumb of him to do. I don't know why you try to cut off the lane. Yeah, let them pass all you want up at the point. Who cares? If you pass it over to this other guy, let your other defensive guy worry about that. I don't know why you're trying to cut off the pass and trying to cheat. Go after Max Domi, because now you're just giving tons of real estate to Max Domi to just take tons of time and shoot it right in the back of the net. And then Mackenzie Entwistle got his first goal of the season, and then right after that, Draisaitl extends the lead back to 5-3. But don't worry, right after that, Max Domi, makes it an absolute sweat as he got his 7th goal and his 2nd goal of the game on the power play to make it 5-4 for the Oilers. It was definitely a greaser of a one, and I was sweating buckets throughout this game, where, of course, the only line that did really well offensively was the Hyman McDavid Draisaitl line, and then the Janmark Nuge Puljujärvi line didn't do that bad. They weren't great defensively, though, and every other line just, our depth is not great. To be quite honest, our depth is not amazing. It just was a very tough game to watch. Nurse and CC did all right. Kulak, Barry, they're not doing very well, man. They are rough defensively. I didn't like them against the Minnesota Wild. I didn't like them against the Blackhawks. They have not been an amazing pair together, and they continue to be really bad defensively alongside of each other, and I do not know why we continue to just play them alongside of each other, because it's not working. It's not working at all. So let's get into the next game, the Minnesota Wild versus the Edmonton Oilers. Now, this game was a pretty fun game to watch as well, except for the fact that the Oilers just weren't playing very well, and once again, just not doing the things that we need to do, and holy crow, Jack Campbell is ever fucking ass, man. It is crazy how bad Jack Campbell is right now for the Edmonton Oilers, as he just had another rough game, landing 5 goals against the Minnesota Wild as we lost 5-3 against this team. And Jack Campbell, I honestly, continues to be the reason why we lose these types of games. And yeah, we could blame a lot towards the defense, which our defense was not playing amazing at all during this game. But Jack Campbell needs to make a bulk of these saves. The Kaprizov goal on the power play that made it 2-2. The Gaudreau goal. The Sam Steele goal where he just bit way too hard. And he needs to make bigger saves. He really does. I'm not expecting him to make every save. I understand that. We have a bad defensive core. But he needs to make a lot more of these saves for being paid $5 million per year. And it's unbelievable, how long of a rope people were giving Jack Campbell and how short of a leash Koskinen was. I was talking about that on the stream about, Koskinen. He gave us like 1 or 2 bad games, and he was like the holy bad crowd of goaltending. Even though Koskinen was quite good, well, Campbell has been probably one of the worst goalies we have ever seen since the rebuilding time. This guy is absolute garbage. He's not been very good. Needs to play a lot better than what he is right now. So we'll quickly get into the score and summary. Leon Draisaitl got his 16th goal of the season by a nice setup pass by Bouchard to get his 16th goal of the season. Then Joel Eriksson got his 7th goal to tie it up 1-1. I don't really remember a lot of these goals, so we're going to kind of skim over them real quick because I am kind of hungry and tired. I've been up it's been a long day today. And then Connor McDavid got his 19th goal of the season to make it 2-1 for the Edmonton Oilers. And then right after that, like I said, Kaprizov and Gaudreau. Gaudreau made a really nice dash to the back and just backhanded. Campbell just wasn't hugging the post well enough. He was thinking he was going to go over to the left for some reason. It's like Campbell's reading these plays like really bad. Like he's trying to predict things when he shouldn't be predicting things and just playing by ear. It's ridiculous the way that Campbell's playing right now. It's real bad. And then Sam Steele scored his 5th, and then Zuccarello right after that to make it 5-2, 4 unanswered goals. But don't worry, Klim Kostin got his first goal as an Edmonton Oiler as well to make it 5-3 with like 4 seconds remaining, so it really didn't matter. But the Edmonton Oilers, they take a massive L against the Minnesota Wild. But, we've been playing okay, but like these games against the Minnesota Wild and Chicago Blackhawks just really showing us how lazy we've been. We were playing, great in the first. I would say second period we started losing a little bit. Third period just was all Minnesota. It was just a pure Minnesota Wild third period. They dominated us. We couldn't do anything. And I don't know why Woodcroft is putting this pair together. I know I'm being a dead horse here, but McDavid and Draisaitl should not be together. I'm saying that right now. They should not fucking be together. It's ridiculous why we continue to put these guys together, because it's not working. We're not playing very well with playing these two guys together. We got to spread the wealth. We got to play some of our, shit AHL players that we have on our roster up onto Hyman and McDavid's line or whatever it may be. We got to spread the wealth a little bit. Janmark Nuge, Puljujärvi had a real rough night. They did not play very well. Habla, Malone, Holloway, they just didn't do anything. And Costin, Short, Ryan, they sucked defensively. We played a lot of minutes to Devin Short. It's absolutely crazy how many minutes we've been giving this guy. Devin Short got 13 minutes against the Minnesota Wild and 7 minutes. He didn't get very much against the Wild. Derek Ryan got a good bulk of minutes, and he wasn't that great throughout the night. Just in general, that line wasn't amazing between Costin, Short, and Ryan, and somehow got more minutes than the Janmark, Nuge, Puljujärvi line, which I gotta say that's absolutely crazy to me that they got more minutes 5-on-5 wise than that line, because they weren't amazing at all. Like, they were stuck in their own zone majority of the time, and our top 9 is horrible. It's horrendous how bad our top 9 is, And I mean, a lot of it is due to the fact that we're missing McLeod, and we're missing Fogle, we're missing a good bulk of our players right now, without a doubt. But man, God, our depth is horrendous, man, horrendous. Defensively, Nurse and CC have just not been amazing. I don't know why we continue to play that. Like I said, Kulak and Barry have not been amazing. I've been liking Broberg, though, since he's jumped into the NHL, back up into the NHL. I thought Broberg's been pretty solid. He's been putting up some solid minutes in his first 3 games. I thought he's been playing pretty well, especially along Evan Bouchard. But I think that pairing's been okay. It's been one of our best defensive pairings, but I think we could do a lot better. Like I said, Nurse Bouchard. I mean, Kulak and Barry, I don't know what you do with that, because you don't really want to play Barry alongside of Broberg. It'd be a bad pairing, but you want to do, I think, CC and Broberg alongside of each other, and then I don't know what you do about Kulak and Barry. I think you give them less minutes will probably be the best bet between those two guys, because I just believe we're giving too much minutes to Kulak. We're playing him way too much, and I think that's really the reason why Kulak hasn't been amazing for us, is because we're giving him way too much minutes. We're relying on him way too much, and he's just not been that guy to be that top 4 guy. We're relying on way too much to play against the, tougher talent. But rough game here for the Edmonton Oilers against the, I think both games have been rough games. At least we beat the Blackhawks. It's unfortunate. We got off to an amazing start against the Wild, but then just cracked and couldn't beat the Wild. And I think that was just the pure exhaustion of a back-to-back. And I'm showing that pure exhaustion as well, as I'm definitely feeling exhausted after, watching that game and, of course, working a lot. So I've worked 8 days straight. So if I seem a little tired and very dead, that's the reason why. But for now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to hit that like and hit the subscribe button as well. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.